All right, everybody, what's going on? It's Thundershot. Welcome back to more ranking every Pokemon, maybe ever. That's kind of up to Twitch chat. If we get 20 subs during this, by the way, I will also rank Gen 5, but I don't know if people care about Gen 5 that much. However, I would look forward to shitting on it. So if we get 20 gift subs over the course of this, Gen 5 will also be ranked as well. But for right now, here we are, Gen 4 time. If you haven't seen the previous every Pokemon rank video, go for that. This is the first gen where I am going to start to struggle with the names of some Pokemon, I think. That one's gonna bug me a little bit, where like there's just, I don't know, like I know like Cheerum kind of, and then I don't know the middle Evo, and I forget the name of the flower, and like the word madams, Trevos, and just things like that. So buckle up for that. Outside of that, we're ready to go. Turtwig is my fucking goat. I love this little guy. He's a tiny little turtle. He got a little bow on his head, you know, a little something. But that's Turtwig. That's my fucking goat up there. You know what I mean? How you gonna be a hater on the little Turtwig, right? His Evo, Grovel. What is this thing's name? I'm gonna call him a slight step downward. He's gonna be an A rank. But now we're over here to Torterra. Grotle, that's his name. I told you this is where I'm gonna get fuzzy with Pokemon names, and it'll be kind of like that. I know what most Pokemon are. I know like what they do, and I'll say if I don't. But the names I get fuzzy with. Torterra. People are gonna hate me for this one. Torterra is my fucking goat, dude. Grass type, ground type. He hits you with a move called Wood Hammer that does infinity damage. His typing's not the best, but he's tanky as fuck, and he has a fucking huge cannon. Definition of a tank with the Wood Hammer move. Fucking sick. Really cool grass type on that one. Chimchar. The haters are going to be out for this one. Die standing ice type move, but whatever. Okay, we are not going to act like no Pokemon that has a quad weakness to anything can not be a goat. Every time I put any Pokemon with a quad weakness in GOAT status, everyone's always like, actually, they're quad weak. We know that. We all know that. We're keenly aware. Doesn't change shit. Anyway. Chimchar. This little guy's an S. Can't complain about him. Hey, Edgar, how you doing? Monferno. Bit of a downgrade. I'm going to drop him down to A. I mean, it's whatever is, and it's cool. Oh, okay, I got you. Ladies and gentlemen. We talking Rafiki? We talking Infernape? We talking about my fucking goat above the rest. Get him above those two. They are down there, because that's Rafiki, that's goat status. Y'all already know. That's Rafiki, that's goat status. Motherfucking Himothy. How you gonna do better? How you gonna do better than Freaky? How you gonna do better? You can't. Riddle me that. Himmy Turner. Piplup. Piplup is fine. I'll put him up there. He's adorable. They're both very adorable. This little weirdo, actually, he looks kind of like a nerd. And I also like him a lot. I can't even tell you his name. But I think he's better than these two in terms of, like, he just looks like a little dork. Prinplup, yeah. I think he's funny. Empoleon. Always been on the bottom half of starters for me. Not really an Empoleon fan. Nothing to write home about. He's fine. I think especially if he wasn't a starter, a lot of people wouldn't like him. You know what? That's a good question. How many Pokemon do you think people would like considerably less if they weren't a starter? I think Empoleon jumps out to me very heavily as one of those Pokemon where if Empoleon wasn't a starter, people would not fuck with him like that. Snivy, that's a good one. Snivy's a really good one for that. Charizard, I disagree. You catch a Charmander out in the wild, he evolves into a flying dragon. I don't think Charizard goes anywhere. I don't think Blastoise goes anywhere. I really don't think Venusaur goes anywhere either. I think all of Gen 1 is safe. Gen 2... I don't think anybody's touching Meganium. Not that they touch Meganium now. Water Steel is a good typing. His typing is cool. He's neutral to fire now, but he'll hit fire super effective, so he still wins those. But I think Apollyon is one of those lines where like because it's what's the Pokemon you can change out with Swampert? Seismitoad. Nobody really gives a fuck about Seismitoad, but people love Swampert. Granted, Swampert's the better Pokemon, but they're the same type. They do the same shit, right? And I feel like Swampert might be one of those Pokemon that would suffer if it wasn't the starter. You know, Mudkip, Marshtop, Swampert. Swampert might suffer if it wasn't a starter. I definitely think Empoleon is a Pokemon that would suffer if it wasn't a starter. Thundershot's on Quagsire, same typing. Okay, well that's same typing, but that's 2 Evos, and I just never cared for them on Quagsire in general. His abilities are different. The stuff that he does is different. Everyone would realize Blaziken was ugly as fuck if he wasn't a starter. It would be weird. I wonder how many people would be open to catching like a little chicken out in the wild. I don't know. Interesting to think about. Sorry, I got hung up for a little while. Starly, fucking adorable. I like Starly's. You know what? I'll give Starly A. So this is where y'all are gonna see me be a hater on this one, because I ain't never been big on. I know that this is the one that can just punch you for some reason, but I've never been a Staraptor fan in that regard. I've never been a Staraptor fan. I know a lot of people pick this one up because he can use close combat or whatever the fuck, and it's like, oh my god, a bird will punch you, and it's like, I'm like, with what? But Staraptor is probably one of my least favorite opening. Not one of my least favorite, but he's not in my top 5 of like opening birds, like opening bird types you can catch. All right. Sorry, M's being attacked or something. Anyway, moving right along. Bidoof, in all realistically, Bidoof should be a triple F- Pokemon. Okay. Then they're probably like Swellow. He's not my favorite, but I do like Swellow. I think once I saw fucking Talonflame, dude, it was hard to like anything on Talonflame. Bidoof in all aspects should be a triple F-, but he's just so fucking goofy, and what a goober. We're gonna give Bidoof A tier. Put Bidoof in A tier. However, Bibarel is a piece of shit, and I will hate him forever. That's a triple F- Pokemon. He ain't moving. These little guys exist. Can't tell you much else about them. Now, if you guys were here when I did my playthrough of Pokemon Legends Arceus, which should be on YouTube somewhere, I think, you guys know that because of that game and because of how aggressive the Shinx were for no reason, like, you could be walking around with a level 100 fucking Rayquaza or Arceus. You could literally have God in your pocket, and the Shinx would still attack you and roll up on you like they own the place. I hate Shinx with a fiery passion. I actually made it my goal to cull and kill every single Shinx in the game, and I think by the end I did it. This one, Linux or whatever its name is, this guy's cool looking. This guy's really cool looking. So I'll give y'all what you want on that one. Luxray, the thing that keeps Luxray from being a goat, even though I don't use electric types, because I always use Raichu, I don't use other electric types. The thing that keeps Luxray out of GOAT status is the fact that it ain't dark type. You give this thing dark type, you give it crunch, like with the stab, sucker punch, shit like that, could easily be a GOAT of GOATs Pokemon. I don't know how they fumbled with both Manectric and Luxray by making him the same thing when he was just built to be a dark type Pokemon. He was just built to be electric dark. Stab Crunch would feed families, yes. What is this little piece of shit's name? He's a happy little guy. I'll put him in B. So just a little bulb. Actually, I'm gonna put him in A. Just a little bulb. Yeah, Bidoof. I like him. He's inoffensive. Roserade? I like Roserade a lot. I shit on Roselia because Roselia is whatever, but I really fuck with Roserade. That's a cool Pokemon. Here we got these guys. I'm going to give the little guy... Again, I know what they are. I know what they do. I don't remember their names. I'm going to give the little guy a B rating. And I'm going to give the little guy an A rating. I'm going to give his Evo a D rating. I don't care for this thing. Cranidos, yeah, bro be running into shit really hard with his head. I don't know if he's good for anything outside of that. Why wouldn't you just run a Tyrantrum? They're so much fucking cooler. Either run a Tyrantrum or run a fucking Rhyperior or something. Because, like, bro just has a hard head. Rampardos is sick. Yeah, like he's throwing up. Because why did God make him like this? I understand that entirely. Moving along, we got the Triceratops. I'm going to throw the little one in B tier. It's a cool concept. You know what? I'm being a hater. I'm going to throw him in A tier because he's definitely as cool as this little guy. The Evo? There's an S. Fucking kick-ass Triceratops. Look at him. Look at him. Built like a tank. He's not like a little goober with tiny baby arms. He's fucking there. You know what I mean? Bastodon? Yes, thank you. That's my goat. That's my monster. All these little fucks. I don't care what season we're looking at. What were they thinking when they made those guys? The butterfly. I fuck with it. Yeah, Burmy, fucking Wormadam, whatever. The butterfly, I fuck with it. Butterfly might be S tier. Ever since Quiver became a thing, I like the butterfly moth type Pokemon shit. I'm big on them. That's the issue they were not thinking. All right, here we go. Combee. I've never really ran Combee or Vespiquen. But I think I might have to throw both these in S. It's just a cool concept. The bees are the honeycombs. And then you got the queen bee. Also, I'm moving moth him up. Pachirisu is just... I don't like this Pokemon typically, but it just looks like such a little piece of shit. And because of that, I have to respect it. That's an S. Combee is hot garbage, bro. Male Combees are doomed. Yeah, you know what? Because male Combees are doomed and most of them are male, we're actually going to drop Combee. I'm a lower Combee. Combee's going to come down here. That's a good point. Vespiquen should have got the Mega over Beedrill. So Vespiquen, if you put Vespiquen and Beedrill side by side, Vespiquen looks like she already has a Mega. That would have put her 2 steps above Beedrill instead of just 1 step. Mega Beedrill kind of evens them out. Mega Beedrill kind of makes them look even. Does that make sense? Okay. Fucking Weasel and these piece of shits. This little guy, I actually kind of like him. He's cool. Floatzel is always weird to me. Floatzel is a Pokemon that I never, ever, ever want to run on my team. But I face them, and they hit way too fucking hard for some reason. It's so weird. Floatzel's a Pokemon, I can look at it and simultaneously know its ass, but it will also randomly one-shot shit it should not be one-shotting with Aqua Jet. I don't get it, and I fucking hate this thing. It looks like shit. It's not fun to play against. I don't want to use it on my team. Floatzel is one of the biggest L's in all of Pokemon. I'll say it. Okay, a pair of cherries. You can see we're not quite in Gen 5 yet, but they're hitting that desperation in some areas. So here we have cherries. Cherries wrapped up in a blanket? Like, what are you doing? That's a triple F minus, dude. Get away from me. And then this little guy looks nice. I'll put him up here. Okay. Fucking Shellos and Gastrodon. Shellos looks adorable. That's an A tier mon free. And Gastrodon, one of my goats. Again, water, ground, water, absorb. Hard to be a hater. Hard to be a hater. Multiple forms. Ambipom, aka the fake out machine. Doesn't do much else. That's A tier. I'm putting him up there. I just let you just throw him in. He does a little fake out. Okay. Driplim. This is the Pokemon line known for kidnapping children. They're balloons, man. They're there. Did they miss Apom? No, Apom was a Gen 2 mon. Apom is a Gen 2 mon. Ambipom showed up in Gen 4. So you're going to see some Prevos or Evos in here, but you're not going to see their counterparts if they entered the series earlier. Here comes the heathens. Okay, a tiny bunny rabbit. Nothing really to complain about. It's adorable. And then a bunny rabbit that somebody at Game Freak was way too fucking horny when they made. I don't want to fuck the rabbit, chat. I'm sorry. It loses like, I know a lot of you guys are looking at it with your horny colored glasses, but when you don't want to fuck the rabbit, it loses a lot of points, okay? It's fine. The Mega, however, is cool as fuck. Mega Lopunny's badass. Look what I caught, Batman. Look what I caught. There's no laws. There's no laws, Batman. They were out of pocket with Lopunny. They even put her fucking arms up to look like tits and the fucking cuffs on her hand. It's all weird. It's all weird. Mega Lopunny's cool as fuck. Normal fighting, high jump kick, all that shit, super badass. I actually like Mega Lopunny a lot, and if I ever did run a Lopunny, it would not be for the horny. It would be so I could run the Mega version. Miss Magius. Miss Magius is chill. I got no complaints on Miss Magius. Honchkrow. I like Honchkrow about exactly as much as I like Staraptor. Which is going to strike a lot of you guys as weird. I think. Because I think a lot of you guys like Staraptor more than I do, but then also don't like Honchkrow for some reason. I might be wrong on that. But I kind of fuck with Honchkrow. I'd run a Honchkrow before I'd run a Staraptor, but I mean, the dark typing is just cool. But they're about the same. All right, another cat Pokemon. It's got a swirly tail. It's neat looking. It evos into this fucking monstrosity with bent whiskers and shit. I don't feel strong either way about the cat Pokemon. This is a tiny Bell. He's going in Bell tier, I guess. The little skunk guy I like a lot. His Evo, I've never been a fan of. I've never been a fan of Skunk Tank. Never really been a fan of Skunk Tank. Pergly's a chonk, literally has ugly in its name. Yeah, I mean, it checks out. Honchkrow is cool. I really value the close combat against rock types and more with Staraptor. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I like Skunk Tank. It has Flamethrower. It has Aftermath. I think can it run Explosion? Skunk Tank could just be a piece of shit. It toxics your whole team. It's another one of those Pokemon where it's not nearly as offensive as Floatzel. Because I think his design is cooler and I think he's got more redeeming qualities. But it's another one of those Pokemon that I never have a desire to run on my own team. However, extremely annoying to fight against. I didn't mean to put him down here. Just extremely annoying to battle against in general, for the most part. I think that's why I'm a hater. I'll put him in B. But I think that's why I'm a hater. This tiny little iron coin. Bronzong's cool. I'm borderline Bronzong and S tier, but I think A's fine. Bronzong is a very cool concept. I wish he was slightly more exciting, but it is what it is. A tiny fucking tree seed. Go in B. Mime Jr. Hilarious. Happiny is funny. I'm putting Happiny in the tier I'm putting Happiny in solely because there's an episode in the anime where Happiny, this little guy right here, or girl, whatever, picks up an entire frozen lake out of the ground. There's a frozen lake, frozen solid top to bottom. Happiny goes up, grabs it, and just lifts the whole fucking thing out like it's nothing. Fucking hilarious. So for that reason, Happiny also going in A tier. Chatot, never really giving a shit. Chatot's fine. Can't complain. It's there. Spiritomb. Was Spiritomb the first Ghost Dark type? Oh no, this thing isn't Ghost Dark. What is this? Spiritomb the first one that didn't have a, couldn't hit it with a super effective move? I'm thinking of Sableye. Sableye came out earlier. Spiritomb is something. I don't remember the lore on Spiritomb. Okay, here we go. Oh, fuck. All right, we're getting up there now, boys. Spiritomb was a bitch and a half against Cynthia. I think a lot of Pokemons are a bitch and a half against Cynthia. Gibble. It's an S tier mon, especially for a first Dragon Evo. Gabite. I think I'm a middle Evo hater, given how my things go, but I think Gabite is he's still cool. He's a step down. But it's like, oh, I have Gabite. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Garchomp. I'm torn. Zoom out. Oh, shit. I'm torn on Garchomp because, like, I want to throw him in GOAT, but I think the reason I want to throw him in GOAT is because this is another one of those Pokemon where they just force him to be the coolest guy to exist. It's like, even if you don't like Garchomp, he is so overpowered. He is so fast. He hits so fucking hard. You find it funny how Garchomp could fly in the anime? He flies in Legends Arceus, too. Or maybe it's Scarlet Violet. I don't remember. One of them, if you're walking up, it might be Scarlet Violet. You're walking up on like mountaintops or whatever. Garchomp will be flying and he'll just fucking zoom in on your ass. A land shark is sick as fuck. I lost my Nuzlocke because how fast he is. He's the toughest boss ever for a champion. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in S because like I don't like the design of the guy that much. I've used him on teams. I've had him used on me before, obviously, because he's just so popular. It's like he's a staple if you do competitive or even in casual playthroughs or whatever. But it's like he's definitely got to be. I don't see realistically anybody putting him lower than S, but like, I don't think he's a GOAT. He's definitely a GOAT. He's not my GOAT. You know what I mean? He's a GOAT. He's not my GOAT. So I don't think it's disrespectful to burp and throw him up in my S tier, right? Here's what's fucked. Mega Garchomp, his design is actually cool. I fuck with his design a lot, but Mega Garchomp, they just went in and made Garchomp worse. You took a Pokemon whose whole gimmick was that he is fast and he will hit you hard enough to kill you in one hit, and you made him slower. But he will still die in one hit. How are you going to take a Pokemon in the Mega and make them worse? I'm going to put him in B tier. Put him in B tier because I fuck with his design, but I hate every single aspect of how Garchomp is worse when he Mega Evos. The Mega was a patch update nerf. Yeah, basically. Munchlax. I like the little guy. Now, in a similar vein to how I just described Garchomp, where it's like, you have, like, they make him look cool and they make him be a cool Pokemon in the anime and the games, whatever. Lucario is the same thing, where it's like, no matter what you think of the design, they put them in the cool spots, they make them the cool mons, they do the cool shits. He's fucking voiced by Goku in Smash Bros, for God's sakes. So they force him to be a cool mon. However, in this instance, I fuck with the design, I fuck with the moveset potential, because he can be mixed attacker as well. I fuck with everything about Lucario so much more. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a full line of GOATs in this bitch. Riolu's badass, Lucario is badass, the Mega Lucario is also badass. These are our boys up here. These are our boys up here. That is a full line of GOATs at the top where they fucking belong. New tier called Lucario. Damn, well, I mean, all right, let's keep it a stack. I like Infernape more than I like anyone on the Lucario line, but yes, new tier called Lucario would indeed be fitting. Stupid little hippo guy. Parent of stupid little hippo guy. These dudes are fine. That's a fine line. Actually, I think I like the Prevo more than the Evo. He's just there. These dudes are funny. Toxicroak is cool. I think I like that he has either, yeah.
What's good, guys?
Sure, I'm taking a gift sub. For the record, I'm going to run this over a little bit from where, Germs, appreciate it. We are 19 subs away from doing Gen 5, whether we do that now or later. It doesn't have to be met while we're doing this, but whether we do it now or later. 19 subs. And we also rank the Gen 5 Pokemon. Just depends on when you want to see it. Thank you, Germs, for the gift sub. Appreciate you. Carvana, is that this thing's name? Fucking cactus, dude. He's there, bro. Never really cared for him. The tiny fish are all right with me. This guy's adorable. We got the Obama snow line. I'm gonna do it like this. I actually like the Obama snow line quite a bit. And I'll even throw the Mega up here because he looks cool as shit. Luxray not in GOAT. Okay, Naruto, the thing that gated Luxray from GOAT was that Luxray is not Dark type. If Luxray was Dark type and had Crunch like a good moveset, he'd be my GOAT. It wouldn't be touched, okay? Even though I don't use electric types like that, but the reason Luxray is like the game. Yeah, it's not like I decided Luxray wasn't GOAT. It's like Game Freak decided Luxray wasn't GOAT for some reason. They had GOAT right there, and then they were like, but we won't make him one though, for whatever reason. They just made him Manectric 2. I don't know. Carvana's the Gen 3 fish. Oh, Carnivine. There it is. Yeah, whatever. Weavile, ladies and gentlemen, uncontested. We don't even got to talk about this one. Weavile is my fucking GOAT. You got a dark ice type that's fast. Bro got Night Slash. Bro got the good shit. Physical attacker. That's my guy. That's my guy. Don't let a fighting type look at him because Mach Punch will make him explode on impact, but that's my fucking guy up there. Rampardos and D is a miss. Oh, you think so? Here, let me fix it. There you go. Anyway, fucking Magneton Evo. Magnezone. Magnezone. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Magnezone's cooler than Magneton for sure. I'm not putting him in S tier though. I'm gonna throw him in A. I love Weavile until Mach Punch or Bullet Punch shows up. Yeah, they fucking explodes. Magnezone's solid. He's a step up from Magneton. I never really ran him because I've never really been interested in the Magnemite line, but I don't hate him. Licky's fucking hilarious. I'm gonna throw Licky in S. Oh shit, ladies and gentlemen, Rhyperior is my GOAT. I fuck with this guy so heavy. So heavy. I wish games would introduce Fossilmon earlier on in games, because there's a lot of Fossilmon I really want to play through, like do a playthrough with, but you just don't get them till later. But like Tyrantrum, I fuck with a lot. Rhyperior, I fuck with a lot. Rhyperior didn't have to go that hard, but I'm glad it did. Rhydon was already kind of cool. And then they made Rhyperior, and I'm like, that's my fucking guy. He's so defensive. He's not a fossil. No, he's not. He's a trade or whatever. What, you have to put, what item do you put on him? You got to put an item on him and trade him or something like that to get Rhyperior. Just got back. Glad to see someone put some respect on Vespiquen. She's a cool design. Protector item. Yeah, he's not a Fossilmon. I lump him in when I think of him and Tyrantrum because they're both like big rocks. He's weak to fighting types, but he's so defensive that he will probably tank most fighting hits that aren't like, you know, Aura Sphere or like a special attack or whatever. I use an Alpha Rhyperior and Legend Arceus. It's badass. I almost want to play through Arceus again. Is that fucked of me? I almost want to play through Arceus again. Glaceon, no, saying this for in advance for when it gets placed below S tier. Hold on, we'll get there. Tangrowth. He's a step up on Tangela. I'm gonna throw him in A. I got no complaints on Tangrowth. I actually like him a little bit. This one's a debate. Electivire might just be my fucking GOAT. If I ever... First of all, these two gave us the best fight we've ever gotten in the Pokemon anime. Right here. A and B right here. Fucking Infernape and Electivire went so fucking hard. Secondly, if I ever do a playthrough where I don't use Raichu as my main electric type, I want to nab Electivire. Because those fighting type moves he does on top of shit. It's so sick. If only it was a fighting type. Yeah, he kind of suffers a little bit the same way Luxray does, where if he was fighting type, Brick Break and close combat would be a lot more effective. The fact that Electivire has access to all the elemental punches, yeah, he's just got a lot going for him. He's cool as shit. Just cool as shit. Magmortar is ugly. His normal pose that he does in the older games is like he'll hold up his fist. It looks like he's shooting a cannon at you, which is pretty sick. Magmortar is fine. I don't hate Magmortar, but I wish he didn't have to exist. I wish instead of Magmortar existing, I wish Magmar was just better. Does that make sense? Like, Magmar is a cool design. Magmar can get a pretty good moveset, but I wish instead of Magmortar existing, we could just, like, Magmar would just be better, right? I'm not a hater. I probably like him more than Tangrowth or just as much, so A makes sense, but it is what it is. Togekiss, this is a free S. Togekiss is almost borderline GOAT status. Togekiss is the freest S I've ever done because Togekiss, the fucking dickbag, and Togekiss will T-Wave you and then Air Slash you with Serene Grace on repeat. So you have a 50% chance to be paralyzed and a 60% chance to flinch on every single attack. And it's disgusting. Togekiss is fucking annoying, dog, and I love using Togekiss for that. Yanmega. I like him. Can't complain. Not one of my favorites, but I fuck with him. I'm a rapid fire these next 3 because it's a staircase, okay? Leafeon A, Pokemon. Stat-wise, sucks. Not really going to be used in a lot of playthroughs for the most part, but cool design, and it's an evolution. Glaceon. S. Looks a little bit cooler than Leafeon. Ice typing is just cooler. Again, Glaceon, not really a mon you're typically going to use because there's just way better ice types out there. You could be using Weavile. Why would you run Glaceon? You know what I mean? So it's like, statistically, Leafeon and Glaceon are like the two that kind of fall off. It's where the evolution line kind of dies. Because if you look at it, Flareon's not very viable. You can run Flareon, but it's not very viable. Jolteon's viable. Vaporeon's viable. Espeon's viable. Umbreon's viable. Glaceon, Leafeon, not really viable. Not really that good. Gliscor is my fucking goat. He's so cool. He's got a stick shiny too. But the flying ground type, I use Gliscor a lot in competitive. I think that's why I lean towards Gliscor really heavy. So I used to use Gliscor a lot in competitive. Fucking toxic orbing or toxic black sludging yourself to regain HP. And if anybody wants to trick you an item, now they have fucking black sludge, so deal with it, right? Just shit like that. Poison Heal Gliscor. He's got so much going for him, other than, again, don't let an ice type move look at him or he explodes. But yeah, anyway, I think you replied to the wrong person. Mammoth Swine. I like him. I might even put him in S. Big ass ice ground type, earthquake monster, ice shard. Can't bitch. Peasy. Peasy's an S free. Peasy's another one of those ones where that's borderline ghost status. I fuck with Peasy. I kind of hate it on Porygon too, but I like, because you get a thing out there that can throw a tri-attack and then like any move, that thing will ice beam you, T-bolt you, whatever the fuck. Peasy's badass. All right, how we doing this next one? How are we approaching this? I fuck with Gallade. Gallade's S. Mega Gallade, I don't care as much for, but I haven't seen a lot of it. This giant dude. Okay, I'm going to put this guy in A tier for a weird reason. The reason I'm going to put it is because this is supposed to be a compass. It's like the gimmick of the Pokemon is he's supposed to be a compass. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, if you come up on a wild group of these guys, this Pokemon specifically, they will always be facing north because their nose is a compass. Weird little fact, Legends Arceus made me like this Pokemon more. I'm never going to use one on a team ever, but it is what it is. Let me even this out, you guys, because this Pokemon a little bit better. There we go. It's the same in Scarlet Violet. Gotcha. No complaints on the dude who looks like he's about to grab a pair of honkers right there. Frostlass is fine. Oh shit, how are we splitting up the Rotoms? Dusknoir, yeah. How are we splitting up the Rotoms? Okay, so we have Rotom, who in and of himself is fine and inoffensive. We have Rotom Heat, pretty cool. We have Rotom Wash. We have a fucking Refrigerator. We have Rotom Fan. That's how we're doing it. Oh, and Rotom the Lawnmower. Rotom itself is an S tier concept. Yeah, as a concept, he's very cool. As a Pokemon, it's like nobody's like, oh boy, I have a regular Rotom on my team. Whew. Sorry. The Lake Spirits. These guys are fine. I think Uxie, I'm going to throw up an S because I actually fuck with Uxie. Mesprit and Azelf are down here in A. Not because they're bad. Uxie's like the lowest S tier you can get. Uxie's always been my favorite of the three. Azelf's also pretty cool. Yeah, this is a split. Dialga and Palkia as legends are whatever, dude. I don't give a fuck about these guys. I'm gonna keep it a whole stack. They're in A tier because they're legendaries. If not, they'd be in B or lower. Like, Dialga and Palkia, I've never really given a fuck about. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck. Heatran, pretty chill. Pretty hot, you should say. I should say. How are we gonna do this? People are gonna start yelling at me here in a second. People are about to start yelling at me. Palkia is just legendary Kingdra. Yeah. Regigigas just happens to be my fucking goat. Slow start is such a cool concept because his stats are so good. Even for a legend, his stats are so good. It's not like Slacking. Slacking has legendary stats, so they give him a dog shit ability to nerf him to being a normal Pokemon, which he is. Regigigas has stats that are crazy for a legendary. Has stats that are crazy for a legendary, so they gotta nerf him. But if you get past that slow start, I don't know, it's so fun. He's so fun to play around with if you can get there. Big gamble. It's way better than Slacking, I agree, yeah. Giratina? I think he force cooled himself into S3, but Giratina's never been my goat. I ain't never given a fuck about that. In fact, I actually like Cresselia more than Giratina, if I'm being honest. Cresselia is cool. Cresselia is a really cool concept as a Pokemon. Here we got Phione and Manphy. These are Pokemon that exist out there in the world. They're there, right? Darkrai just so happens to be my fucking goat. How you gonna be a Darkrai hater? How you gonna be a Darkrai hater? You can't. That's one of the coolest motherfuckers in this room right now. That's probably one of my favorite legends. Not my favorite legend, but one of my favorite legends is Darkrai. Which is funny because he's such a mirror, like, not a mirror. He's such the opposite of my other favorite Pokemon, which are the mythicals that are like the tiny cutesy psychic types of Mew, Jirachi, Celebi, right? Darkrai is like the opposite of that, but I fuck with Darkrai so heavy. All right, we got Shaman, Sky, and Arceus. Here we go. I don't have any complaints on either of these guys. I'll throw them both in S. Like they're for legendaries, they're solid. They're solid. Shaman's actually a little hedgehog. I'm putting him down there. Shaman Sky up in S. I think it's better. I think it's a little bit more even. We'll put it at the top of A tier. Ladies and gentlemen, the final Pokemon, the god of the Pokemon universe. Legends Arceus. Legends Arceus just so happens to be one of the worst Pokemon ever created. Fucked with the lore, fucked with the making of the world, fucked everything up. Let's just have a god that can one-shot everything. Oh my, like, Jesus Christ. It's the one Pokemon I'd like to see Rayquaza beat. One Pokemon I'd like to see Rayquaza kick his fucking ass, and I'm a Rayquaza hater. So, what a fucking annoying piece of shit. The very bottom of triple F- tier Arceus, where he belongs. What a dumpster fire of a concept. Let's put some antlers around his waist to make a halo. What the fuck? Do you want God to be weak? Yes. Piece of shit. They had me believing in the theory of evolution. Then they're like, oh, but Arceus actually made everything. It's like, fuck off, dude. We had Mew. Eat shit. Their constraints. They stole lore from Shadow the Hedgehog. I have so many reasons to hate this thing. Piece of shit. Anyway, thank you guys for enjoying this Gen 4 tier list with me. Let's get those pieces of trash off my screen. This is what we're looking at.